Hey, yo, what up, everybody? It is Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's your favorite thing to do on a Wednesday night at 9 o'clock. It's the Mike and Mish Show. What up, Mike?
Yo, what is going on? And what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the show. I see win or lose, beat Big Ben to the chat. Good for you, Rick Caruso, absent-minded, John Kerry, Joe Ivy. Welcome to the show.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. We got three big guests tonight. All three will be fighting soon, a couple nights from now, right? We got Zeb Vincent and Doug Coltrane, our second and third guests. They're going to be fighting each other Friday night in Kansas City at BKFC Fight Night, Kansas City. And we got the first guest of the evening will be a singer, songwriter, composer, actor, director, boxer, and a damn handsome guy who also is going to shed the gloves and fight bare knuckle. Jesse Pringle will be on the show tonight.
Jeez. What else do you think he did? We got to ask him.
I don't know.
What else do you think he's done? Do you think he's done construction, plumbing, electric?
How do you have time to do all that stuff?
What do you think?
How do you have time to do all that stuff plus train to box? And, it fucking blows my mind. He's writing, directing, acting, singing, and now he's fighting. And he was at Buffalo Wild Wings when me and Mike and a group of
talk about that.
Excellent people had a hostile manager.
Was that the word?
I would say
hostile. Is that what the guy said?
Prick, dude. We'll talk to Jesse about it, but to get you guys ready for that conversation, we were the hostile ones, apparently, according to this little fucking twit. Is that a good word? Twit. A twit.
A twit.
Before we bring our guests on, we're waiting for him to come into the waiting room right now. We'll do our shout outs to our sponsors. We always have the buckedup.com. Bucked Up supplements, Bucked Up energy drinks, Bucked Up apparel. Get over to buckedup.com. Use promo code Mike and Mish 20 and buy yourself some awesome stuff. The supplements are top notch. The energy drinks are sugar free and delicious, and the apparel is comfortable as hell. So get over there, save yourself 20% off the total purchase. Help us out, help them out, and help yourselves out. Get yourself jacked. All right, get to the gym.
Hey, Dynamic Life. Sexual health, weight loss, and anti-aging. Retake control of your life by reaching optimal health. Visit www.livedynamic.com. It's the only online platform where you can become a patient in under 20 seconds. 20 seconds. That's it. Also, check out their Instagram page at Live Dynamic. That's LIV Dynamic on Instagram. Boom.
Yeah, God damn it, do that. And then after that, get over to the Rasha. The Rasha Revolution is a real thing. Mike and I became believers out in Los Angeles at Knucklemania 4. I'll be honest, I was a non-believer before I stepped into the Rasha. I put the headphones on my head. I put the eye blackeners over my eyes. I listened to the tones. And ever since April, great things been happening to me and Mike and the Mike and Mish show. Everything's good in the world. And there's got to be something to do with the Rasha. I would say get over to @Rasha Revolution on Instagram or go to www.therasha.com. It is designed to elevate your mindset to an elite, high impact, high performance championship level. And if you don't believe me, just ask Mike. He'll tell you all about it.
I've been aligned with the world, my friend.
Aligned with my.
You don't have to take my word for it.
So you know what I mean. Those three sponsors are really helping us out. The buckedup.com and the Dynamic Life is the Mike and Mish stack. Get to the gym, take the Bucked Up supplements, get jacked, then get over to Dynamic Life, become a patient, live forever. I don't know if it makes you live forever. It's anti-aging and sexual health and all.
Strong like bull.
Make you skinny. You know what I'm saying? But Mike, we got three guests tonight. Jesse Pringle, we got Zeb Vincent and Doug Coltrane all coming on the show. Our first guest is in the virtual green room right now. What do you say we go ahead and bring him in?
I'll tell you what, I'm fresh off of kindergarten orientation and I am jacked up. I'm ready to go, man. I'm ready to go. That really got me going over there.
Wait a second. For Bristol?
For Bristol. Bristol starts
In kindergarten? Oh my goodness, God.
2 weeks, and I just got to sit there and listen to a whole bunch of different parents talk way too much about their kids, and I didn't like it one bit. It was way too long. I'm so glad I'm here. Let's get Jesse Pringle on the show. We're gonna listen to a quick little transition of Jesse, and then when we come back, he will be joining us. Thank you very much.
So I want you every morning that I wake. Kiss me every day. I want you two-stepping when we dance, holding hands, making love. This is romance. I want you every morning that I wake. Kissing me every day. I want you two-stepping when we dance, holding hands, making love. This is romance. The pump, look me in the eye. If you wanna get work, pay up. If you're just talking shit, shut the fuck up. I wanna be the realest in the game. I'll take the money, you can have the fame. Everybody know I knuckle up. Got a crew to shoot the place up. Yeah. Now you wanna call me a thug. You and them don't know what's up.
There he is. There he is. An absolute renaissance man of entertainment right here. I got to say, Jesse Pringle, welcome to the show. How are you doing, sir?
Wow, man. Thanks so much. What an exciting and unexpected trailer.
Well, we wanted to let everybody know how versatile you are, man. You are a singer, a songwriter, an actor, a director, a composer, a boxer, and now you're shedding the gloves. And I don't know if you were foreshadowing in that song when you made that, but you said everybody knows I knuckle up. So here you are, man.
Knuckle up. Like, this is something I've been doing since I was a kid, and I was raised in the 80s. And if you're that old, then you know that it's literal. Like, we grew up banging every week, whether it was family versus family, neighborhood versus neighborhood.
Well, we're excited to see you, man, because we got to hang out with you a little bit. What city were we in when we had the Buffalo Wild Wings manager that was acting like a fucking
It was in
asshole?
Denver.
Yeah.
Denver, Colorado.
Yes.
Jesse, I don't know if you remember this, but a whole group of us went into Buffalo Wild Wings, and then the manager accused one of the people in our group of being hostile. I feel like
it was you.
Yeah.
Hostile.
We almost got thrown out. I think it was you.
It wasn't me, though. It wasn't. No. So here's, you guys remember the real story? Josh said, if there's anything we could do to help, let us know, hun. And then the girl was like, she called me hun. He called me hun. And then the manager came over and he did talk to me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know. I was like, listen, I don't know what you're doing, getting down on your knee, getting eye to eye with me right now. But
he did do that.
You're the fucking hostile one, my friend, not me.
He hunned you.
You should have hunned him. Like,
hey, listen here, hun.
I feel like we were all a little baffled by when he came over and said hostile. You're being hostile. I was like, wait, who's being hostile? I thought he was talking about somebody else because we were just hanging out talking. I was like, what? What's going on? And then I think
the waitress might have been young enough or so young she didn't know that hun was a compliment and not an insult, maybe.
Right?
Exactly. Anyways, dude, that was the first time we met you, but that wasn't the first time you were involved in the BKFC. You sang the national anthem at one of their events way back. What was it? BKFC 15? 13.
Yeah, 13, yes. I think it was in Salina, Kansas. Joey Beltran and the guy he took out of the game. He was a football player. I can't remember his name, but
it was Marcel Stamps.
Marcel Stamps. And then I sang again at, I believe, 21 in Omaha.
Wow. Jesus. So you kind of been involved right from the jump. And What was it that initially got you connected with the BKFC? Did you have an in somewhere there, or were you just genuinely interested in the BKFC from the jump?
Always been a fight fan, as well as off and on competitor and things like that over the years, and a huge fan of BKFC. And then when COVID hit, it was around the same time BKFC 13 happened. Everything was kind of shut down, and it was just one of them things. It was close enough to get to, and I was like, well, nobody's out doing anything. Let me just reach out to people on BKFC roster, executive roster. And that's what I started doing. I just started reaching out, hey, you guys need somebody to sing the national anthem or something before the main event, or, hit me up. You guys will be close enough I can make it out there. And that's just how it happened.
Wow. And then were you interested in actually fighting for them at that time? Or are you just trying to get involved any way possible at that point? Like
at that point, I was just trying to get involved. I was a fan first and trying to get involved, whether it be behind the scenes, on camera, behind the camera. I just loved the organization and kind of the momentum that bare knuckle boxing was headed at that time, and just wanted to be part of that universe. And that's the reason why. I was training still back then, but getting into it wasn't really something that I had put much thought into until, hey, now.
So I don't like Mike and I are both full-time for the military out here in we work for the Army National Guard full-time for the state of Connecticut, and we both have wives and 2 kids, but we're not like making music and making movies and doing all the stuff that you're doing and training. I just got to ask, like, how the hell do you possibly have time to do all the stuff that you do? Because you seem like an extremely busy guy. So you ever rest?
Well, first, I don't get enough rest. Second, I don't find the time. I have to make the time. I am married. I am family. I've got a house. Sing, recording artist, filmmaker, actor, and fighter. They just, and anything that fills the gaps in between. Living the life of an artist, an actor, a recording artist, and hell, even a fighter, competitive fighters, any age will testify to this. You got to do anything to pay the bills. And, sometimes over the years it was fighting, sanctioned, unsanctioned, whatever. It was something that kept me close to my, natural athleticism and competitive nature. Bare knuckle, I was definitely deep into that concept of fighting, more so even than MMA. And I had, short histories in Muay Thai and kickboxing and MMA as well. But the concept and just the universe of bare knuckle boxing kind of really did it.
Nice. And it is, like you said, you've been there since BKFC 13 and 21. And when we were out in Denver, I don't know, because we've been out to Denver like 3-4 times now for the BKFC. So I'm not sure exactly which event that was, but you've been around, the energy that the crowd brings, the production value is at 100% every single time. They do not cheap out on the production value. The crowds just keep getting bigger. The action's nonstop. Prelim 1 can be just as exciting as the main event in this sport. It's just like such a fucking unbelievable new experience for the combat sport fan. And and you being growing up as a fighter, you got to be excited to make your debut here.
You're absolutely right. Back when I was even doing bar rooms and bowling alleys, strip club parking lot fights, those days I was still singing, I was still acting, I was still a recording artist, and I was still cross marketing and building my brand of everything Renaissance that included. And for an opportunity like the BKFC, the largest and fastest growing combat sports on the planet, to come to my hometown, showcase hometown fighters, some of which are teammates. Shout out Zeb Vincent, John Orr, Jacob Aiken. It was one of those, hey, you know what? I won't call it a last in a lifetime opportunity, but if this opportunity is coming my way now, and I was doing the same cross marketing, cross living back then, and it's here again, then I'm going to jump all over it. And that's just kind of where I put it in the world and my priority list of things to do. I had gotten the offer and the contract when I was on a flight to LA to go to a film festival for a new short film that I did, and where we won Best Experimental. And that was one of those deciding factors. It's now or never. And so I jumped on it.
Wow. Mike, go ahead.
I cannot believe you do all this stuff. You're ready to fight. So you're training, and what are people around you saying about you fighting bare knuckle? They're like, "What? You're freaking crazy, man. What are you doing? You're out there, you're making music videos, you're singing." What do people think about this professional bare knuckle fighting?
Well, family and friends that know me the best know it's my personality to do anything like this. You know what I mean? It could have happened. Oh, okay. Yeah. Bare knuckle fight. Okay. Well, yeah, we see it happen. Like, other people are like, are you crazy? Have you lost your mind? It only takes one shot. I'm like, you know what? I've got a worse chance in boxing long term or MMA long term than I do in bare knuckle. You know, not to say it's the safest,
Sure,
but it kind of is, and it's more exciting to me, and that's why I love it so much. And so everybody's kind of forced to be like, all right, well, you know what, he's doing some more crazy stuff again. Let's support or let's hate on him and see how it goes.
Yeah, I agree. We're finding out a lot now, more than before, of, sure, it's inherently dangerous, but the studies are coming out, and yes, you can get some serious brain damage from boxing because of the gloves. And we actually had Dr. Don Musi. You may have met him before. We've had him on the show, and we had another concussion specialist on with him. And they've got all the studies, the graphs, all the smart guy stuff they put out there, and that's how they're getting this thing. They're worldwide, is because they're taking the time to go the extra mile and get all of this stuff compiled and share it with the world to say, like, hey, listen, yeah, sure, it's inherently dangerous like MMA and boxing, but it's proven to be safer on the brain. Maybe not so much as cuts, but there is some really crazy cuts in MMA and in boxing, but MMA in particular, they have some real crazy cuts. You can elbow people in the face, and now they just legalized the 12-6 elbow. So you're going to see that dropping straight down. So,
but that's cosmetic. That's cosmetic. That's all
right.
Cosmetic. You know what I mean? And, you know, you think about 10 to 12 rounds in a boxing match with a heavyweight just getting bludgeoned, bludgeoned, like pounded, your brain just rattling for 10 rounds. Yeah, no thanks. 5 2-minute rounds, cuts, abrasions, opened up, you know, whatever, bruising, some hematomas. That stuff goes down. That's all cosmetic. Stitches and super glue. Like,
no, for sure. And like in some of those pro boxing, even like the lighter weights in boxing, those guys will throw 700 punches in a 12-round fight. You know what I mean? It's like 600-700 punches. Say they land 400 of them. You just got punched in the fucking body and the head 400 times in a 30-minute period.
And there's guys that have died after boxing bouts. Like one of them being from Kansas. I can't remember his name, but yeah, I mean, it's facts. So, you know, BKFC and bare knuckle boxing is more exciting visually. Combatively, I think it's way more exciting. And hey, you know what? I'll say it. It's safer.
There you go. Now, what can you tell us about Devin Schwan? Devin Schwan, your opponent. I can't tell you that I know much about him other than he did a power slap.
Honestly, I can't tell you much either, except for what you had said. I know that what I did look up, I found out he was a competitive bodybuilder at one time. He'd done some competitive kickboxing, MMA a couple times, and then did the power slap competition. Other than that, he's just another guy at another bar that wants to fight.
Every time I see his name, and this is no offense to him, it's just, listen, I grew up in the 90s. Adam Sandler, I'm a big fan of Adam Sandler, but every single time I see his name, I think about that part in Billy Madison. Do you know what part I'm talking about? When he's in the tub and he's saying shampoo is better, conditioner is better.
Shampoo is better. I go on first and clean the hair. Conditioner is better. I leave the hair silky and smooth. Oh, really, fool? Really? Stop looking at me, Swan.
That's
every
hilarious.
time I see his name, that's what I think. Stop looking at me, Schwan.
I thought you were going to bring up like the Schwann's truck that used to drive in the neighborhoods with the frozen steaks.
Yeah,
the Schwan, yes.
You know, my wife's cousin was a Schwan delivery man out in North Dakota. I didn't even know what that was. I didn't know. I think it's more of a Midwest thing. I don't think we have Schwan's delivery guys out here in the East Coast. So when you say that,
hijacked. Free steak.
Free steak. I love it. The Outlaws talk about ripping off a Schwan truck. You know. So the name The Outlaw, is that something that you gained during your fight career, or is that more of just the way you live your life or your music career? The nickname The Outlaw, is that something you still carry?
You know, for my BKFC debut, I'm not really asking them to say it. It was birthed and born, you know, with my recording artist career. Being an outlaw doesn't mean, you know, having a long record of federal or state charges. It just means being an outlaw thinker, you know, living outside the lines, you know, not being satisfied with just normal life. And I think this is, you know, making a BKFC debut is proof of that for sure. You know, I had a couple names when I was fighting early on. That was different. So that was always an experiment, but by no means is the Outlaw necessarily connected to BKFC or me as a fighter. It's just Jesse Pringle. You want to know who I am? It's Jesse Pringle. That's it.
Love it. We got a couple questions in the audience here. Who was this? Absent Minded out of California. He says, out of everything you do, what is your favorite? You're an entertainer. You sing, you fight, is there a avenue that is your favorite out of all those?
That's a great question, because in those industries, everybody in those different industries say, what's your number one? What's your favorite thing? What do you do the best? And for everyone, I'll say this collectively: everything I put my mind to, I do it passionately, and find the discipline and the focus and, you know, the dedication to do everything that I do passionately. So I can't say that I love one more than the other. I'm an actor. I'm also a recording artist, and I'm also soon to be a bare knuckle fighter. Which legally a bare knuckle fighter.
Right.
But
thank you, David Feldman, for that one.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
but I could say
And
that
others.
I could say that all three of those things are the dynamics of myself as a person, though. You know, I say, you want to know how I talk or what I'm thinking? Listen to my songs. You know what I mean? If you want to know all my many different personalities, watch my movies, you know. And if you want to know whether or not I'm competitive, whether or not I'm an alpha or a beta, watch me fight.
Let me ask you this, Jesse, before we wrap things up with you, your music career, what would you categorize yourself? Because there's like a little bit of a country, hip hop,
R&B.
R&B,
Right.
like there's a lot of different genres of music in your style of music. What would you call yourself?
Well,
I was curious about that.
I appreciate you pointing that out. I grew up in the Midwest, Kansas City, Missouri area, and in those times, 80s, 90s, early 2000s, we grew up with everything. We grew up with country western, we grew up with disco, we grew up with early punk, we grew up with metal, we grew up with early hip hop and rap, we grew up with R&B since the 50s. So those all played a huge influence. When I started singing in my early 20s, it was R&B, which then evolved into R&B hip hop, which then evolved into maybe R&B pop, and then sometimes even EDM. So it was always less about genre and just more about how the music made me feel, and then that's how the lyrics and the performance come out.
Nice.
Awesome.
Do you walk out to your own music, or is that a no-no?
Sometimes I have, sometimes I haven't. Really, it just depends on the fight camp and how I'm feeling at the time. It'd be interesting if the song that I submitted gets cleared for my intro music.
Nice.
Because it's highly unusual to this audience.
Oh, really?
But I'm excited about it nonetheless. Either way it goes, I've trained enough and had enough experience to know that, you know, regardless, I'll find a beat, I'll find the tempo, I'll find the rhythm of whatever else is playing, and I'm just going to make it work for me.
Awesome. Kyle, before we let Jesse go, one more question from Russ Maxim. He says, who is the fighter that you most want to fight? Not looking past Schwan, of course, but is there somebody, even if you look up to them, you know what I mean? Even if that's like, hey, this is my favorite fighter, is there somebody who you would most want to fight?
I can't say that there's somebody immediately on my radar for that. However, not foreseen, but let's just say everything goes great. Then it's up to the organization. And to me, most importantly, what's going to build the brand bigger next, you know? So I know I'm kind of being thrown into the wolves the first time out of the gate. I don't know anything about my guy. It could be a hell of a dogfight, but I'm ready for deep water. You know, and it's just kind of one of those things. I know the 205 roster. That's a weight that's comfortable for me. Kevin Smith when he first met me, said, you'll drop to 185. I'm like, not comfortably. I don't think at my age I'd ever drop to 185 again.
Yeah.
But
take it easy, Kevin.
Yeah.
205.
You dropped to 185.
Right.
Kevin.
All right. 205 is a comfortable weight. And I've had a great camp with Rudy Bears in Kansas City, putting it together, along with the various mixed training that I've done with and personalities that I've met with Joey Beltran and Sam Shoemaker, and hell, even Don Fry gave me some advice one day. But I tell you, looking past this fight, I'm not going to do it. Looking forward down the road, anybody's in line. It's just got to make sense. This fight camp has been extremely expensive for me, not just because of my age and my status as a human being with a family and a house and a mortgage and bills to pay and all that. But it's a lifestyle, 100% commitment. You're either in or you're out. You know, you're either in this and training during fight camp and spending the time and the focus and having the discipline to put it all together. And, you know, at this stage of the game, with a brand as big as BKFC, that can get costly. So whether it comes through sponsorships or ticket sales or anything else, it just has to make sense. And I'm down for whatever.
Love it, man. Well, hey, we're excited to see you in there for sure. You are. I don't know if are you the first fight of the night? Are you
from what I was told, I was.
Okay.
That's the way it is on the poster. If that's the case, I love it. Because everybody's got to follow me, babe. Like,
there you go. You get to set the tone in front of your hometown people. Get the energy right in that building, and then, you know, get the work done in the ring and stick around with the crowd, because you're sharing that crowd, like you said, with a bunch of killers, and you have an OG of OGs at the top of the card fighting against Jake Lindsay, Elvin Brito and Jake Lindsay. So it's going to be a fantastic night for that Kansas City crowd. Absolutely, dude. Thank you so much for coming on here. We wanted to get you on and get you in front of the bare knuckle fans, because they're all checking out the Mike and Mish show, huh?
I really appreciate you, Mike and Mish, for having me on.
Thank you for coming on, Jesse. Everybody, make sure you are tuned in August 16th. Pringle versus Schwan. Stop looking at me, Schwan. Don't let him look at you anymore, Jesse. Don't let him do it. Stop looking at me. Hey, take care. Good luck in your fight. Wish we could be there. Everybody else, stay tuned, because coming up, we have one half of a fight that's happening the same night as this, the co-main event. Zeb Vincent is joining us in just a moment. Jesse, thank you so much for coming on once again, and we will catch up with you soon.
Appreciate you guys. Much love.
See ya. There he is. The crazy white boy himself, Zeb Vincent. What's going on, man?
WB. What's up, guys?
What is going on, man?
We were just talking to Jesse Pringle, and he brought you up. He said you guys were kind of teammates. Is that true?
That's true, man. Me and Jesse been training together for a little bit.
Is he also a crazy white boy?
Hey,
when building them up to it.
Hey, when me and him walk together down the street, we get eyes. That's for sure. He's fucking 6'8" or 6'6" or whatever he is, and I'm standing next to him, all tatted up and got, you know what I mean, got the haircut. We get the eyes for sure. So,
Zeb, I told you this the last time we talked to you, and now we're talking to you again. Tell the BKFC to get a new picture of you for your fucking profile pic, because you are not a goddamn heavyweight anymore. You are looking beefy in that picture, my friend. And now look at you. You look like you're in the fucking best shape of your life.
Hey, I'm feeling phenomenal, guys. Like we talked last time about that last fight on the Prospect Series out in Denver. I told you guys I was in the best shape of my life then, and I gotta revisit that, because it's another fight, and I've worked harder and I've trained more, and now I'm in another better shit. You know what I mean? It's just with each fight I have to get better, and if you're not getting better with each fight, what are you doing, right? You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
and now, dude, you find yourself now in your fourth fight with the promotion. You're sitting in the co-main event against a guy that just fought for the damn title.
Yeah,
like,
against
look at you, bro.
Yeah, this is my time to shine, guys. I mean, it sounds cliche. It sounds like the statement that everybody says, but it's my fucking time to shine. This is in my city, my backyard. Wyandotte County, the county it's in is my county. Wyandotte County, the building it's in, I graduated there in 2014. I fucking walked the stage there with my cap and gown on. 2 years ago, or about a year and a half ago, or a year ago, my pro MMA debut, I knocked a guy out at the same building. It's gonna happen again. I'm gonna sleep this dude. I'm gonna punish him. I can't wait for him to be in front of me. It's gonna be a magical night, guys, and I know you're gonna be tuned in, so I can't fucking wait.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna be tuned in for sure. I was tuned in the last time that you fought, and holy shit, what a fight!
Yeah.
People are talking about it in the comments already. That fight was awesome. I have to say,
Hey,
I loved every second of it. You guys were.
I gotta give a
battling
shout out to Casey Moses. Casey Moses was tough as nails. He had a fractured face, and
I'm gonna show
for him
you
to be
in a second.
for him to be standing on his feet after those shots he took, man.
You have something to show, Mike?
Yeah, I'm gonna bring the picture up. I'm just saving it right now.
So Casey Moses, tough guy, right?
Tough
He's gonna bring some photos up in a second. The guy you're about to fight, Doug Coltrane. What are your thoughts on your upcoming opponent? Because you just said you're gonna sleep this guy in front of your hometown, but he is. There you go. There's the damage you did, dude. Jesus Christ.
Zombie.
Oh my god.
Yeah, what a tough guy, man. Just keep on coming. That eye is like completely shut. Just fucking brutal, dude.
Yeah, he was eating shots, man.
I can't imagine what that feels like. Really, I can't. I've stepped on a nail and it's gone through my foot completely, all the way through. I've banged my head so hard that I got knocked out. I almost cut my finger off one time. I've run like, a half marathon, and at the end I couldn't breathe and I felt like shit. But I don't think that quite really all those together feels like what that guy feels like right there. What does it feel like when you're punched in the face that many times?
I wanted to revisit me saying I'm gonna sleep him, because I'm never one to just jump out and tell the guy, look, I'm gonna knock you the fuck out, I'm gonna sleep you. I don't talk much, I let my fighting do the talking. But I read his little interview that was posted on the BKFC app and their web, and he's saying he's gonna knock me out. So if you say you're gonna knock me out, I have to not just tell you, but do it. I have to knock you out. You're not gonna say that and get away with it, man. Now you have to get put to sleep. Casey Moses, I wanted to touch him. I wanted to cut him. This dude, I want to knock him out, and I'm gonna. So, but getting hit in the face like that and feeling that shit's different, man. I promise you. It's that's why defense is important in this game. People sleep on it. They think about touching a guy first instead of not getting touched,
It's crazy how much damage one punch can do in this sport compared to a glove sport. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you hit somebody right with a sharp knuckle right in the right spot, you can tear their face up quick. It doesn't take much to get them bloody like that. It's fucking brutal sport, which we love that shit. You know what I'm saying?
I love it, man. Mortal Kombat. I love it.
So Jesse was in here talking about training with you and a few other guys on the card. What's the vibe like in the gym right now with all you local guys going in there fighting in front of your home crowd? You got teammates on there. You're all going to be having each other's back that night.
For sure.
Yeah. What's the energy like right now? Just a couple days out, dude.
It's honestly phenomenal, man. I love it. I thrive when stuff like this comes around, especially when I got buddies that are going to go out there and put their shields on their backs and their swords in their hands, and fight. I love being with teammates that are going to war, and that's what we're doing. We're going to war together, man. So, but I also, like I told my wife the other day, when it gets to fight week and when it gets to fight day, I'm a very selfish person. I'm very selfish when it comes to fighting because no one else is going in there with me, Right. I love my team. I love my family, but all outside noise is outside noise, right? I mean, some people don't say that. So I see some guys have their fucking girlfriends in their corner, and to me, that's fucking insane. But to each his own, whatever. outside noise is outside
There-
noise. You know what I mean? So I can't focus on we got a handful of guys on the card, you know? When I'm backstage, I'm focused on my fight. I'm focused on what I'm doing. I'm focused on my next step. I'm playing chess with myself, you know? I'm thinking 3 steps ahead. And it's about me, man. I'm the main event. I'm the main event for real. You're gonna see so many CWB shirts in the crowd. It's gonna be fucking crazy, dude. Telling you.
So with everybody that's in the gym with you, the handful of guys that are on this card, do any of them besides you have experience in the? I'm sure they've all fought with their bare hands in their life, but inside the squared circle in the BKFC, you're the one with the experience, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah. I'm
So
pretty sure.
do you
Yeah, this is
feel
all their day.
Did you feel like you took did you take like a leadership role in the gym? Like, were they asking
I'm
you for
already a coach. I'm already a coach. I teach a striking class in my gym, so I feel like my hard work day in and day out got me to that position, you know, got me into the position where my head coach came to me and asked me, hey, would you be interested in doing a striking class for us? I said, of course. I made a post recently a while back, and my mom was really big on helping people, man. And I lost her in 2019, and I live my life to make her proud, you know? So if I can help somebody or give back to people that have helped me, I'm going to do that, you know? So that was big for me. Coaching is big for me. That was a big step for me. So I'm not going to say I'm only a coach, because I'll never stop being a student. I'm always going to be a student. There'll never be a day I say I'm not a student. You know what I mean? I never want to stop learning. So now that I got a good head on my shoulders, man, I've been through a lot of shit in life. Now I'm on the right track. I'm coaching. I'm like you said, I'm 4 fights in with this company, the best company in the world, BKFC. I'm making strides in life, man. I'm making big strides. And August 16th, Friday night, under the lights in my town, I'm making another stride for my team, for my family, for me, you know? So it's time, bro. It's time.
Jesse's in the comments right now saying that you inspired the team for sure. So that's a cool little shout out right
Thank
there.
You, Jesse.
From Jesse Pringle.
Yeah, it is awesome to see it, to see your growth in the company. It is, because we were there. We've been at a few of your fights now, I believe. So it is really cool to see you grow within the company, speak to you now. I think this is the 3rd time that we've spoken to you, once at an event and twice on the show. But man, it's really cool. I do enjoy seeing that. That's like one of the best parts about doing this, and the whole show, BKFC, us being able to go and see the growth of every person, every fighter, because that's what this is about. It's about the stories. It's about the people. The fighting is the cherry on top. You know what I mean? But the fighting only lasts a few seconds to 10 minutes, you know?
Right.
Everything
I had my media day today with Sean Wheelock and Lytle, and Mr. Wheelock told me, you know, you have a really good chance of being known as one of the OG bare knuckle guys. You came in as a bare, you know what I mean? I went to the tryouts like 3 years ago. Like 3 years ago, I went to tryouts in Colorado, and ever since then it's been bare knuckle, you know. That's me. It's BKFC and nothing else, you know. So that's what, like I said, I'm gonna take over, man. I'm coming for everybody. The names you mentioned, I'm coming for them. This dude, I'm gonna take him out, and it's a wrecking path. I'm busy because I'm working.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
A win over Doug Coltrane can do big things for you, I think, Zeb. Like,
hey, it's going to.
This will be it'll be 3 wins in a row now, and then with the 3rd one being over a guy that just fought for the title. So it's like, man, who knows? The future is bright for you, I think, and the future is bright for the company. Like, they already announced that they're going back to Sturgis next year. We were just in Sturgis. We were just in Sturgis.
They just went to Spain, you know.
Yeah. But I'm saying, man, the energy at Sturgis, like you said, this company is off to the races. on a trajectory that, like, you know, most people didn't think it was going to happen like this. But now
No.
that place was so fucking cool. There was
It was
15,000
unbelievable.
plus there. They've already announced that they're going back there next year. I mean,
Breaking records, man.
hold on
Breaking
one second.
records.
Who knows, man? You want to try to get yourself on one of those cards. Like, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's freaking crazy.
Yeah, Sturgis was incredible. Yeah, if you were to go in there, show out here, yeah, there's no telling. With McGregor now being invested into the sport, we personally talked to him, and he said that he's taking this thing to the moon. So,
Oh yeah.
David Feldman and his team's already taking it to the moon. So I think they're
Right.
taking it to Mars with. I think the moon now might just be not enough. The Mars might
Nah.
be where they're taking it.
Right, all the planets. We'll take all of them.
Yeah, he's all in on it. So yeah, it is the time right now, and their main focus, and this has been said out of Feldman's mouth, out of McGregor's mouth, they're trying to build stars from within. Yes, they are going, you know, their plan here, I think, is pretty good. They get a lot of speculation and criticism from the naysayers and stuff like that by bringing in people like Mike Perry and paying them a lot of money and whatever. But listen, at 6 years, when you think about the company starting in 2018, very first state, right? They had a couple of years, not even, before COVID comes along and just stomps on the world, basically, and kind of brings everything to a halt. And it's not that they stopped completely, because they didn't, but it definitely halted growth all around the world.
For sure.
So they really have only had 4 years about to really start to get going. And in that small amount of time, all the things that have happened, I think bringing in those stars brought the eyes that they wanted, no matter what anybody said. And they spent the money, invested that. And now they have the investor like Conor McGregor, who can come in and build the stars
what
from
Conor's
within.
doing. We see what Conor's doing, you know. There's the Conor just being there, everyone knows, has brought more eyes, you know, has brought more attention. And it's awesome. Like no one in the company should be doing nothing but thanking him, you know. It's awesome. Mr. Feldman, you guys already know, he's done magnificent, and he's going to continue to do magnificent. He's going to continue to grow and build, and Conor's going to continue to invest and grow and build, you know. So
Yep.
I'm in it. I'm all in with it.
Like Mike just said, dude, if you would hear, if you get Conor away from the crowd and away from all the people that surround him at all times, Mike and I had a chance to do that and have a conversation with him. He does genuinely sound like he is 200% in on this shit. He
loves it.
He seems like he truly loves this sport, and he is all.
You can tell the passion he has for it when he watches it. You know, you can see it. He's got passion for it. It's obvious when he's ringside watching that shit, man.
It really is. Sky's the limit for sure.
You know what sticks out is he knew the backstories without us having to prompt anything. He said, you know, he knew Burns and Shoemakers. He knew their old backstory. He knew their other fight. He knew the lead up to it. He knew about the females and about them, you know, being friends and then fight. Like, he knew a few things. He mentioned a couple of things. I was like, oh, he's actually paying attention to the backstories, you know?
Yeah,
so
exactly. Invested for real, man.
Yep.
It's fucking awesome, dude. Now your fight. Awesome. So your fight. Before we wrap up with you, you are the co-main event. That's gotta mean something special. That's gotta be special to you. Getting into the co-main event in front of your hometown. How do you see this co-main event playing out in front of your in front of your home crowd? All the CWB T-shirts out there. How do you see this thing playing out? If you were gonna like positively visualize it in your brain, how does this fight end?
Like this, maybe both hands. That's how this fight ends. I'm telling you, man. I promise. And it's the main event to me. To me, I'm the main event. I'm sorry, Jake and Elvin, whoever y'all are, but this is in Kansas City. This ain't in the farm. This is in the city. This is in my city. This is in Wyandotte County, Kansas City. My whole, yeah, man. It ends like this, for real. It ends like this. Walking him down, you know, in his I'm ready, man. It's gonna be a hell of a show, guys. Keep your eyes peeled.
Hell yeah.
Dude, Zeb, you sound ready. You look great. You look like you're in great shape. From your first fight with Keegan Vandermeer to now, you look like a whole different person. You seem dialed in. You got a whole team behind you. You got a whole city behind you on Friday night. Best of luck to you. Do you have anybody you want to shout out or say anything you want to say before we let you go tonight?
Hey, I want to shout out my team, Rudy Bears Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu out of Westport. We're out here training our asses off every day, man, for this stuff. So a lot of us guys put our life into this thing, man. And shout out to all my sponsors that have sponsored me for this camp and helped me out along the way. I appreciate all you guys. They know who they are, man. So I appreciate you guys, Mike and Mish, on this show right here. Like I said last time, one of the best bare knuckle podcasts in the game. I appreciate you guys, man. Let's shout y'all out. Shout out our veterans and our active, you know, our active and our vets. We got to shout them out. Appreciate y'all. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Zeb.
Thank you, Zeb.
Mike, you got anything else for Zeb before we let him go?
Well, you know what I have? Let's see here. This is what I have. I have for not us, but for these guys watching Vincent versus Coltrane, August 16th. You better be tuned in at Memorial Hall in Kansas City, baby. BKFC Fight Night. Better get the app. Get the app. Watch the fights. These are going to be great. This is the co-main event. There's an awesome main event, too, right here. The whole card is going to be fire.
Fire.
Pringle's going to be on it. Also, there's a bunch of fighters. We talked to Justin Martinez. I mean, listen, tune in. There ain't nothing better than a bare
John Orr, Jacob Aiken, Ira, all my dogs. We going to work. Let's get it.
Hell yeah, man. There you go. And there they all are right there. For everybody else watching right now, stay tuned. We will be right back after these words. Thank you so much, Zeb, for coming on.
Peace,
Later,
guys.
Zeb.
Appreciate
Thank
you.
Later.
I'm not trying to show off or anything, but Beck wanna stop my titty. Oh yeah, baby.
Classic.
That was
album.
in Denver. That was actually Denver the second time we went there, right?
It was. Yep.
Yeah, that was an awesome time. Very, very awesome. So I think it was the third time that we were with Jesse Pringle. That was probably BKFC 50 when we were at Jesse Pringle, when Kamosi versus Hunt, I think. I think that was the card.
You know, we didn't really go too deep into that. So what happened was, this was kind of a funny story. So we go in there and it's like me and Mike and Jesse and Kevin and Nelson and there's like 4 or 5 other guys. There's like 8 to 10 of us, right? So we go in there and we ask, can we put a couple tables together and all sit together? And the girl's like, yeah, let me see what I can do. And she's like, hold on, I gotta ask my manager about moving the tables around. And Josh says, let us know if there's anything we can do, hon. That's all he said, right? Like, and then they move the tables and we all sit down and we start ordering drinks. And then by the time we finish ordering our drinks,
wasn't there a question about the drinks? Because it was like, hey, can you guys?
Roberto Armas. So you and I ordered some vodka and Red Bulls, right?
Yes. And they were like,
it tasted like Red Bull. It tasted like Red Bull. So Roberto, I'm like, don't even worry about it, man. Because me and you both worked in the food industry. Just fuck it, dude. We'll just drink what we have in front of us and don't worry about it. But Roberto was like, no. We're gonna get you another shot to put in this.
We'll
drink.
get some shots.
Yeah.
Right.
He's like, excuse me, can you bring a couple shots of vodka for my friends here? And she's like, no, they already have drinks. And he's like, well, they're just gonna pour them in to their drinks.
Yeah.
And she's like, you can't do that. And it turned into like a little bit of a thing. But Roberto's
Yeah.
funny. He's funny with the way he fucking.
Yeah, it wasn't
talks.
like, hey,
He wasn't
get
being
it
a
now.
dickhead.
Like, he didn't like say, hey, go get it now, bitch. You know what I mean? Like,
yes,
that's not what happened.
It wasn't like that at all. But then, like, she walked away, and this little twerp of a fucking guy comes over, and he's like, you guys, are being hostile or being, whatever, inappropriate towards our waitress. And we're like, nobody's being inappropriate to anybody. What are you talking about?
What?
Like, what do you mean? And I just happened to be the one sitting at the end of the table, and he so he's closest to me. He's closest to me. So I'm going to talk to him because he's talking right there. And I'm like, dude, nobody's being hostile here. Everyone's fine. Everything's fine. We're just trying to get some food, whatever. He kneels down and he gets like right close to me. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you were doing. I said, nobody's hostile here, bro, except for you getting down on a knee, trying to look me in my eye like that. Like I was getting a little fucking pissed off. That's all it was. It was a funny thing, dude. It was a funny moment. Anyway, the funniest part about that whole thing is, before we bring on Doug, Jesse, and Josh. Remember what Josh did? He wrote like the most scathing fucking.
Oh my God. Yes, he did. He wrote like a proper email, man.
Yeah, he wrote like this crazy long email explaining the entire situation to like corporate Buffalo Wild Wings while it was going on.
Oh, it's fantastic.
And like by the time the manager walked away, the email was done written, and Josh was like, I'm sending this shit right now. Boop.
It was insane because I really didn't I wasn't paying attention to what was going on because it was right next to me, but I was talking this direction. So when it happened and I looked, I didn't realize that was actually an escalated situation. I thought that something had happened. So near
nothing happened.
I looked and was like, wait, what's going on? How are we fucking being crazy? I didn't even hear it. How could crazy be silent? I don't even understand that.
Right.
How could you be?
Literally nothing happened. That's what it was. It was like nothing.
We were being very tame, to be honest. It was like freaking it was probably one of the tamest nights ever. We were just sitting there eating a bunch of appetizers and having a couple drinks. We weren't even through a drink yet.
Yeah,
ridiculous.
It was funny as hell. Yeah,
Oh.
and she was triggered by a table full of alphas. That's basically what it was.
Yes, so man. Jeez.
Hey, we got our third guest. Our last guest of the evening is ready to come on, Mike. We got Doug Coltrane, who's going to be taking on Zeb Vincent this Friday night in the co-main event. You want to go ahead and bring him on?
Yes, sir. We'll be right back after this.
Look at this guy. Look at this guy. About to make his fifth trip to the BKFC Squared Circle in the co-main event this weekend. How you doing, Doug Coltrane?
I'm doing good, man. How y'all doing, man? Y'all caught me. I forgot about that. Look, my apologies, man. I forgot. I've been busy, man. I've been, having to travel and come all the way out here. I've been having so much shit to do to try to, before I leave home. And so it took me a second to reply to y'all the other night. That was my bad. And then the night I totally forgot about it. I done started cutting the last little few pounds I had. Then I was like, oh shit, the interview.
Hey, it's no problem. And I think I even put it in the message to you. I put it to all the fighters on fight week. If you turn us down, I don't mind at all, because I know how hectic your lives are this week. I know that weigh-ins are tomorrow night. But we like to try to get to talk to the fighters as close to the fight as possible. So that's why I'm like, hey, if you want to come on, come on. If you don't, we totally understand. It's up to you guys. But thank you so much for coming on. So you're out in Kansas City right now.
Yes, sir. We here. Look, I'm gonna let y'all look. I'm in the media room right now. Ain't nobody in.
Oh shit! In the media room.
There you go.
Getting some content in there. Use their cameras, their lighting set up, backgrounds and shit.
Make sure the light. Look, they got a nice little light right here too. Look,
they come in there. You got a whole thing set up going on in there. You're like, Doug, what the hell you doing in there, man? It's like, just making some OF content in here. For Domino's, Domino's content.
Hey, yo, oh my bad. Hey, yeah, you know, listen, hey, it's okay because I'm like less than 48 hours. We finna have some kind of pizza, probably not Domino, but we gonna have something.
There you go.
Something's
Hey,
happening.
listen, Doug, you're
What
back.
is it? What do you go for? Sorry, Kyle.
Oh, go ahead.
What do you go for? Not to like, yeah, I know you're cutting weight and shit. It's probably kind of like a no to be talking about this.
Yeah, it
but
is.
You get the Domino's shirt. What do you go for right afterwards? What are you gonna do?
What do I go for the eat?
Yeah, what is that number one, that first meal that you're just gonna get right to?
Most of the time, bro, after we fight, bro, I start throwing them back. You know what I mean? Go to the room, chill. Then I get hungry about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning after the fight. I'm somewhere like Waffle House or Denny's or something, man.
Yeah, there ain't too many choices at that time.
Right.
Yeah, but I like them places. I like them. I like Denny's, Waffle House. I like IHOP. I love IHOP. You know what I'm saying? So
You're talking to a couple of Army dummies over here. The Waffle House is our fucking jam, dude.
Love
like
that
there's a
late
Waffle
night-
House
that
right
midnight
outside
chow.
of every base
Dude,
around.
there was a huddle house on base in Augusta, Georgia. You know Huddle House?
yeah, I know Huddle House. Yeah.
Yeah. There was a
Yeah.
huddle house on base in Augusta, Georgia, and I used to go there all the time late night.
Bro, I love it, bro. So that's probably gonna be my number one spot, bro. After the fight, you know what I mean? I'll probably end up somewhere like that.
Yeah. Well, we'll stop talking about food now.
Yeah,
Facts.
we'll stop.
Because you're
Sorry,
back. You're
We're gonna
back
stop.
in there. You are going in there to the co-main event of a great event, headlined by one of the OGs of all the OGs, Elvin Brito, taking on Jake Lindsay. What a fucking fight that's going to be! But before they step into the ring, you and Zeb Vincent are going to go in there, and now you only got one strike on your record, and it was against the champ, Dave Mundell, 9 months ago.
Right.
You got that fight after just 3 fights in the BKFC. You found yourself in a title fight.
Boy he knew though, man. They knew that camp. They knew I was young. They knew they was catching me young. But you know, it's all good. We're gonna be
It's
back.
a learning experience, right?
Super incredible learning experience. I was under the brightest lights of combat sports, fighting for a world title, fighting the number one guy who hasn't been beat. He's gonna beat all these UFC guys. You know what I'm saying? I take all the experience that I got that night, man. Definitely you already know, man. It's just another feather in the cap, man. So it's just something to help me push through this fight. You know, like I know I've been here before. It's his first time stepping up to a co-main. He's at home. All the pressure's on him. I'm here to have fun, baby.
Yeah. You mentioned Mundell's record, and he has the one. I've said this a million times. Dave Mundell is undefeated in BKFC. The one loss that he has against Hector Lombard, that's a fucking bullshit loss. If anybody goes back and watches that shit, I don't know how he lost that decision. That was a win for Dave Mundell. So, Doug, your one loss is to a guy that hasn't lost inside the BKFC, in my opinion, dude.
Right. I know.
Let me say.
I know y'all love Mundell, man. I know y'all love Mundell.
Hey, he's a great fighter. He's a good guy. He's a great fighter. However, in your fight, when I watched that fight, right, where even I think it was right in the first round, if I remember correctly, Dave's fighting erratically. I'm like, what is he doing? What's going on here? This is not like his other fights, right? You got him because you caught him with a punch. You opened up a cut. And when that happened, it was a decent sized cut too. When that happened, you took him right out of his game plan. And I felt like you were doing really well up to that point too. Like even through the end of the first round, and he went back to his corner. I was like, man, David's not fighting like he usually fights. So you kind of took him out of his element, out of his zone by making that cut, because then he couldn't fight the way he wanted to anymore. You know what I mean? Like usually he lays off and he waits and he comes in. You know how he fights. You studied him. He was not fighting like that after you cut him. He was just going all out. He was trying to just get you out of there as fast as he could because he was worried about that cut, and you were going for it, man. You were aiming for that thing, ready to take him out of there, and he knew it.
Hey, I respect Dave, man. I don't really, you know what I mean? I ain't really got, I mean, I respect them, but I just don't rock with them guys, man. I know y'all love Dave, but I don't rock with Dave. I don't rock with Shift MMA. I know y'all love them too. I really don't rock with them guys. I got my own personal reasons why. It is what it is.
Sure.
He's
Fair
a good
enough.
man. I respect him. Yeah, I mean, see what I'm saying? But even y'all, like, it's all right. It's okay. Everybody can have their doubts, man. I'm gonna keep working up the ranks. Like that'd be some Dave Mundell shit to say. Like he'll be like, you did good, but then when the camera's off or it's somebody else, or when he's talking to y'all, he's on camera somewhere else. He's like, oh, he's a bum. He got something to say. Like it wasn't that Doug cut his eye. Doug hit him with a good shot. It was Doug lucky. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on,
I see.
You said like that,
Hey, and you caught him.
Yeah, I mean, like it wasn't even I caught him. It was a jab.
You got him though. It was you who did it.
The right hand never touched him, man. If the right hand would have touched him, it would have. It is what it is. But
you were close. I feel like you were pretty close. I mean, it's
tomorrow night the right hand gonna touch somebody, and y'all gonna see what happened when the right hand touched somebody.
All right. And now you're going into Kansas City. You're in Kansas City right now. We just got done talking to your opponent. He's very confident. He's got a whole team full of fighters on the card with him. Do you like going into enemy territory here and fighting in front of this guy's home crowd?
This guy, all the pressure's on him. Ain't no pressure on me. I don't know none of these. I don't know nobody out here. All the pressure's on him. He got to perform in front of his family. He got to perform on a higher stage, co-main event. I done been here. So it ain't nothing. We're going to go at it, and you know what I'm saying? We're going to see how much he can hold up. I'm glad he's very confident. Everybody confident until they get touched. And then it's something different. So
are you a big film guy? Do you watch a lot of film on your opponents? This will be his fifth or fourth? He's been in there a few times. This will be his fourth fight.
I watched him fight a couple times.
Okay, so what do you think about him? Like, what are your thoughts on Zeb Vincent?
I think he's tough. I think he's a tough dude. I think he comes to fight every time. I think he called out the wrong guy. And and at the end of the day, who wouldn't want to call me out, right? I got that number 2 next to my name, so everybody wanted. So you know what I'm saying? He called me out. I'm in his house. I'm in his backyard. What you gonna do? I'm here. Let's go.
I love that, dude. And I big respect to you too. Fighting, you do have that number 2 next to your name. You are fighting an unranked guy right now, and a guy who's on a 2-fight win streak here, who is fighting in front of his home crowd. So props to you for taking this, because you could have very well waited for a top 5 guy. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, to be honest, I wanted the top 5 guy. I mean, that's what I've been asking for. I mean, I'm not in it for a long time. I'm in it for a good time, man. So at the end of the day, like, yeah, that's what I want. So if I can execute tomorrow how I know I can, what else can they do? I mean, if I X this dude tomorrow, they got to give me a top 5. And Mundell, he's chasing money. I'm gonna end up back at the title. I already know, man. Like Mundell, he wanted a big money fight. He wanted this, he wanted that. It's gonna put me or somebody else in line, because I already know. But if it's comes back to him, then good. That's what I want anyway. Why wouldn't I want to beat the guy who hasn't been beat in the octagon, and the one loss that he had, could have went either way? Yeah, because that night, bro, I seen that he's and that's the thing. Like y'all said they wasn't doing as well. Well, he had a 6'1" guy who's a pretty good athlete standing in front of him that can move too. So, you know what I'm saying? You got to give me some credit too, that maybe, you know what I'm saying? And he did, that's what I was saying. Like he'd throw like a little bit out there, but then be like, nah, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, he a bum. He this, that, and the third. But like, that's why I can't respect, you know what I mean, about him. But it is what it is.
I was giving you credit for knocking him off you knocked him out. So he comes in with a game plan, and I've seen it many times. It's very similar, but you took him out of his game plan. He had to change it up. He wasn't going to fight the way he usually does because of your forward aggressive nature and that jab, man. You hit him where it counted, and it really changed things immediately. So like you had him thinking like, shit, what the hell am I going to do now? I need to change it up.
This is my 5th fight, right? Friday. This is my 5th fight. Look at every fight. Every time I touch someone, every time I touch someone, they it's gonna change something. I promise you, it's gonna change something. Tomorrow it's gonna be the same thing. This dude, he's got to like he took some shots in his last fight, and I think he's got a crazy thing of thinking that he could take some shots, bro. You fighting a real 175er now that can hit hard. So if you think you want to take these shots, bro, with no gloves on, have at it. Because I honestly don't think that he's gonna hold up if he taking shots like he took from the other guy. If he take one shot from me, it's gonna change the night. Y'all gonna see tomorrow, Friday. Y'all gonna see. Everybody.
Hey, Doug. I think the BKFC website might have got somebody else's dimensions mixed up with yours because they got you listed at 5'9" here. What's that all about?
Man,
we all know you are not 5'9". I'm looking at this shit. They're like, I'm like 5'9".
Yes, it does say that.
This dude is not. Ladies and gentlemen, this fucking guy is not 5'9". I don't know what the hell whoever fat fingered this thing putting the stats in this website, but that shit is not wrong.
On Tapology, they have you at 6'1".
Right, that's right.
Tapology got like four. Like, got like 3-4 names for me. One's Eric, one's Doug, one's something, bro. I'm talking about, bro. Like, so people be looking at it like, oh, this dude, he only got like one MMA fight, but they don't even know I've been fighting MMA since 2007. Like, it's crazy because the Tapology, I swear, neither one of them has my record right. Like, somebody need to fix it and combine it and put all the fights together. Because they don't got it right. But
it's so funny because we'll do research on all the fighters and it does seem like every single website has different information.
Yes.
And I don't know which one to trust the most. I usually go to BoxRec. Like BoxRec is usually where I kind of settle in.
Right. But that's what bare knuckle though, right?
Yeah. For bare knuckle but they got you listed 6'1". They got your they at least have your record and your fucking hometown right and all that stuff. So they're somewhat right. You're not 5'9". I'm 5'9", and I look up at you when I talk to you, my friend. And I will tell you this: when we were ringside, when did you fight Blake? Where was that? Was that in Greenville?
I was in Greenville, South Carolina.
Greenville. Oh man, when you landed a couple power shots on him, his whole fucking world turned upside down. We were standing about 20 feet from the ring that night, and you can hear the crack when you popped him. And I was like, well, that's it. Fucking Blake took a couple steps back and kneeled down, and and that was like, you had 1-2 fights before that. But then you got in there with a guy who's 6'7", and his height and length and none of that seemed to matter at all when he got in there with you. I was super impressed that night, and I was happy that you got a shot at the title after that because at the time there really wasn't anybody else out there for Mundell. You know what I mean? They weren't going to make a Mike Perry fight, and he's been asking for that forever, and I don't think that's ever fucking happening, bro. Ever.
So many haters, bro. I got so many haters, bro. Like, bro, obviously, like I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot in these 4 or 5 fights with BKFC, man. I've learned a lot. Like, man, I've learned that, bro, you gotta let them comments go. You gotta stay focused on you, bro. Cause like, bro, I'm telling you, bro, I had so much hate for getting inside the fight. I'm like, yo, if somebody would have, I'm sorry that I'm not a bitch. I'm sorry, because everybody like, yo, this, that, and the third, but I'm sorry that I'm not gonna say when the opportunity came to me, say you want a shot at the champ, at one of the pound for pound best guys. I took the shot, I took the opportunity.
Hell yeah. You don't turn that down.
It was a win-win for me. So that's why I said I respect Mundell. I even told him, bro, everything that I said, I kept it genuine. I just felt like they don't keep it genuine. And I feel like I got into it with a couple of them shit dudes. Like, yeah, it was but it is what it is. But I respect Dave, man. Like as what he's done, like for the sport, I've been saying that he deserves to fight Perry. Like, bro, but then I feel like when it's on the other foot, but it's okay. man, because for some reason, man, I feel like this shit ain't over, man. This Mundell, this redneck and ninja shit is not over. It's gonna be a part 2. You hear me? It's gonna be a part 2.
Well, all right. We just had your opponent, Zeb Vincent, on here. I asked him this question. I'm going to ask you the same question. How does the co-main event play out on Friday night in front of that Kansas City crowd? I asked him, I said, Zeb, you're going to be in front of your hometown. You're going to have all the people wearing your T-shirts out there. How do you feel? He said he was going to, I think he said he's going to end like this with his hands up. How do you visualize this fight playing out between you and Zeb? Do you think he's in your league?
Huh?
Do you think that he's in your league, being the guy that you are in that division?
Hey, that's on him to show everybody, man. I'm interested to see how many he gonna take. You know what I'm saying? I'm being honest. Like, he coming to fight, I'm coming to fight. I'm interested to see how far it's gonna go. Somebody got to go. Somebody got to go to the 2 on their record. And you know, he want my spot, man, and I ain't giving it up, man. I ain't laying down, I ain't giving my spot, man. A lot of motherfuckers want that number 2 spot. But guess what? I ain't giving it up, and I ain't come down here to lose. So tomorrow night, I don't know how it's gonna go, but it's gonna go with Code Red leaving 4-1 with his hand raised. So if Zeb Vincent is watching, I hope you watching. I said this shit on another interview. I'm fucking up all your plans. That's what I came here for. So straight up, it's me and you Friday. So and I'm gonna holler at you, my boy. I'm gonna see you real soon.
I'm excited about this one, dude. This is good. You guys are doing a good job selling this fight because us being the bare knuckle diehards, we know that this is going to be an exciting one. But for those who aren't quite sure, I'm loving what I'm hearing here. We do have to give away an autographed photo of you, Doug Coltrane. We got this photo, Mike. We got the photo. We're going to give away this autograph photo.
Yes.
Courtesy of Russ and Country at the Extreme BKFC fans page. You know those guys, those great guys from Florida down there. Russ Maxim has given us this photo, and we want to give this away to somebody. And for anybody who's in the audience that follows Doug Coltrane's career, and you take a look at his social media, you are very proud of your family. You're proud of your kids. You're proud of your sports. And this is very easy for anybody who has followed you on social media. All they got to do is say what high school your son played basketball for. He just graduated, correct?
Right, Julius. Yeah,
Julius Coltrane, class of 2024. Doug, don't give this away. First person to drop the name of the high school into the comment section, all you got to do is get your Google fingers out and get onto his social medias real quick. He's very proud. He posts pictures of him and his son a lot. Drop that high school into the comment section, and we will send you this autographed photo of Doug Coltrane to add to your collection of BKFC memorabilia. While that's going on, do you have anybody else do you have anything you want to say to the audience? Shout outs you want to make? Speaking
of my son, let me shout out my son, man. He first day is move-in day at ECU, East Carolina University.
Nice.
Hey, that's my boy. He going to med school.
No way. Wow.
Dad
good
pushed
for him,
him.
Man.
Hey, we made it. I'm proud of him. Shout out to you, Julius. I love you, boy. You already know.
Is he playing ball there?
Nah, he going to med school. So he said he could play ball, man. I tried. But you know, at the end of the day, when you got a brain like him, man, and sumo cum laude, top 5 of your class and all the stuff that he accomplished, like, bro, go use that brain for something else. You don't got to be an athlete like your dad. You don't got to do that. You know what I'm saying? Use that brain.
That's awesome, man. You must be beyond proud. I can't even imagine. Like, I am not the biggest brain in the world. I was more of an athlete, like you say, like you are, Doug. So if one of my 2 sons was to tell me that he got into med school and he's going to go be a doctor or whatever your son's going to go do, I would be blown away. So congratulations to you and him on his accomplishments. And we do have a winner, Calvin Cunningham. It is Rosewood High, right? Rosewood.
Yes, sir.
There it is. So Calvin Cunningham, all you got to do is jump onto our Instagram, shoot me a direct message with your address, and we'll get you that autographed photo of Doug
Yep.
Coltrane.
Or you can hit us up at missionaccomplished@gmail.com. One or the other. And you will get that signed Coltrane poster.
There it is. So I'll take the words right out of John Kerry Country's mouth of Extreme BKFC fan page. Your fight's going to be a banger this weekend, Doug. We're excited to see it. Thank you so much for giving us some of your time the night before weigh-ins. I always hesitate to ask, but thank you so much for giving us some of your time. Mike, do you have anything else for Doug?
Thank you so much for coming on. Everybody else, make sure you tuned in. As I said before, August 16th, Vincent versus Coltrane, the co-main event at BKFC Fight Night, Kansas City, will be taking place in Memorial Hall, baby. I cannot wait for this. This is going to be an awesome card, awesome co-main event. You know, we just had Jesse Pringle on. We just had Zeb Vincent, his opponent, on, and Lindsay versus Brito is heading up the card. So make sure you get that BKFC app. Thank you so much, Doug, for coming on. Love it.
I appreciate you guys, man. Like, you know, I was just giving you a hard time earlier, man.
That's all right.
You know, it's much respect, man. Like it ain't no disrespect towards Mundell, you know what I'm saying? Or you guys. I know y'all love him. And he deserves it, man. Like he's a good fighter, man.
Doug, we love all.
But can we love you too?
We love all you guys. Us podcast pukes over here. These podcast pukesters, to take a word out of Macho Man Randy Savage, pukesters. Yes. We love all you guys that step into that squared circle equally. There's not a fighter out there that we dislike. So thanks, man. We didn't.
There might be one. He could be lying. There could be one out there, but
there probably is. There's probably one or two.
No, I appreciate y'all for bringing me on, man. I know a lot of people be watching. I know my opponent looking right now too. So so you already know. But I appreciate you guys a lot, man. I really do. Well, my coach, he on me right now. I got to go finish cutting this weight.
All right. You go do that, man. Best of luck Friday night. We'll be tuned in and we'll be watching, man. So good luck and thank you so much for coming on.
Yes, sir. Everybody else, stay tuned. Thanks, Doug.
All right, buddy.
Crowd, Mike. I want to go back.
I know. It was so awesome, man. It's
mark it in our calendars for next year. We're going back.
Oh, going. Sure. I'm already trying to talk people into flying out there.
Oh, God. Hey, man. Big shout out to all of our guests tonight, because now after speaking to all three of these guys and speaking to War Britain and Justin Martinez last week and Elvin Brito and Jake Lindsay, we actually got a lot of people from this card through this show in the last couple of weeks. And we've been so goddamn busy with traveling and going to Sturgis and this and that, man. The fact that we got so many guys from this card on this show.
There was a lot jumbled together. You know, when they start doing that card after card after card, super happy as a BKFC fan. But when I see it in regards to the show, I'm like, damn, we got to fit all these people on here. We got to get them all on.
We still got to do our thing. We still got to do our thing. And we do. This is our first love when it comes to BKFC, man. We started this podcast almost 4 years ago. November 10th. Will be 4 years of this podcast. 4 fucking years, November 10th this year. Now, we are approaching our 300th episode, Mike. We're 9 episodes. We're 9 episodes away from 300.
I don't like the pressure of the 300th episode because it makes me feel like we've got to do some insane thing. Like we're going to have to go record on the top of like a skyscraper. We should probably get Dubai or something, right? Hey, is that what we have to do?
We're going to have to get Feldman
Brock Lesnar on
or Connor. How cool would it be to get Connor?
We have to get something crazy. It's a 300th episode. You know,
it would be pretty dope, man. If we got those two fellas on here. 300 episodes. And you guys realize that this is BKFC Fight Night, Kansas City. We just had BKFC 64. Was it 64 over the weekend? With all the fight nights that they've had in all the numbered events, I believe September 13th in Hollywood, Florida is their 100th event. I could be wrong about that, but dude, I think they are approaching their 100th event, which is pretty fucking amazing.
I'll tell you right now what it is. 100 would be BKFC 66 in Hollywood, Florida.
Boom, there you go. I was fucking,
and
I knew I wasn't tripping there.
Should and will and should be there.
We will be there. We Mike, I don't know if you saw this, but we already have there.
I did see.
Yes.
I seen it, and we are going to Florida. King Mo, baby.
You know what?
Be there.
And guys, I've said this a million times. We can't be out in Kansas City this weekend, and I wish we can go to every single event. I do. I would go to every fucking one of them if I could. But Hollywood Hard Rock is one of my favorite venues to go to for a BKFC event. We have had so many great memories there, great times at that place, inside the guitar, a lot of things have gone down in the buildup of this podcast and the history of the BKFC. Hollywood, Florida is Hollywood Hard Rock. The Seminole Hard Rock is the shit. And for them to have their 100th event there, it's kind of fitting. I think it's one of their homes. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah. You know what's crazy too is there are multiple events before that one, right? So like we've got Kansas City coming up, right? After that, BKFC Prospects in Edmonton, which is on the 31st. Okay. Yep. Then we have BKFC 65 Faria versus Wong, which is coming up.
Salt Lake City.
Right. So that's going to be there. That is what, the 6th, is it? The 6th.
September 6th.
Here we go.
One week before the 1 week before Hollywood.
Yep. So we have that going on. And then after that,
and you know what? Hey, if you guys watching, if you're out in that part of the country and you can get to Salt Lake City, we had a blast in Salt Lake City. That was a fucking great time. It was a great event out there. So, and they're putting together a good one there too with the two ladies at the top, and now they announced Jeremy Stevens and Bobby Taylor as the co-main. That card is looking to be a banger in itself. And if you can make it out to Salt Lake City, get out there. I recommend it.
Definitely get out there. I would love to get out there. The last time we went, that was Perry versus Alvarez. So the crowd was like, there was a lot of people there. I have video of that. That crowd was insane. That is going to be a really good fight. Faria finally gets to fight. She was supposed to fight in Connecticut. That was
Hardy, yeah.
They had to back out of that fight. They were going to fight in the main event for the Queen of Violence title, but this one is going to be a bit different. The Queen of Violence is cool, but the Women's Flyweight Championship is even cooler.
Be a world champion.
That's a world championship title. Queen of Violence, she'll fight for that at some point. And I mean, if I had to be a betting man, I'd say she's probably going to take it home. But, let's see what the future holds and who they get for her. Hopefully it's someone insane that we never saw coming. But anyways, that's all I have for tonight. We have another show tomorrow night. So join us back here at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for another episode of the Mike and Mish Show. And Kyle, who do we have?
We got Glendale Futrell and Dan. How do you say his last name? Godoy, mate.
I think it's Godoy.
Dan Godoy from Godoy from Canada. We talked to him once before. He's looking he's looking to wreak havoc in the BKFC. He came on the show once before. We're excited to finally see him fight. He's going to be on that same Edmonton card that Glendale's going to be fighting on. So tune in tomorrow night when we see both of those guys. It's going to be fucking great to talk to them. And before we let you go, make sure one more time you get over to buckedup.com. Use promo code Mike and Mish 20. Get 20% off anything you purchase from Bucked Up. The supplements are great. The energy drinks are great. I wholeheartedly stand by that. Then get over to Dynamic Life. Go to Instagram at LIV Dynamic, Live Dynamic. Get your weight loss, sexual health, and anti-aging under control. And then hop on over to the Rasha at Rasha Revolution on Instagram or www.therasha.com. And start performing at a high performance championship level, Michael. That's what I'm talking about.
Yes,
all
you
our
better do
sponsors
it.
are about getting your life right. And that's all. That's all we're about here. So thank
Get
you
your
very
shit
much.
together.
Thank you, Jesse. Thank you, Zeb. Thank you, Doug. Appreciate you guys stopping in tonight. We thank all you guys that are in the comment section tonight, and we will see you tomorrow night with our next two guests. Mike, you got anything else for these people?
Like, and share, baby. Share the love of Bare Knuckle. Spread the gospel of BKFC.
Peace.
Peace.